Good morning, dear parents, teachers, and friends. My name is Lionel, and I'm grade 11.
And my name is Joseph, and I'm grade 12 of MCS. And this is our project. We're going to make an app to print invoices and tax reports. In this project, we'll be assisting a company, the lab department of a company called Pemuda. This company is known for inspecting soil and testing samples for palm oil companies, and they also sell fertilizers to these palm oil companies. So when palm oil companies wants to purchase their service, they will first send their sample to the lab, and then an invoice will be issued for the service they ordered. There are 3 invoices printed, one for the accounting department, one for the lab department, and the other for the customer. To make these invoices, the data of the invoices is first gathered and then uploaded into both an online accounting software and a local database. And from there, a printing software will generate a PDF file for the invoice.
The problem is that both of the local database and the printing software is outdated. And we were called by the company to update the printing software, but we need the source code. But when the manager tried calling the previous programmer for the source code, he disappeared. So without the source code, that means we have to make everything from scratch. So the first step is to know what our client needs, so that we can make the template based on it. Our project is built using React.js and Node.js. Our team spends a lot of time learning how to use React.js. And for our plan is to remove the old printing software completely and change it with our new printing software. So after many lines of code later, we have this, our new printing software. As you can see, there is no data on it yet. That's because we haven't fetched the data. So for our next plan, we want to bypass the local database and directly fetch their data from their online accounting software. This is possible because luckily for us, their online accounting software turns out to be Journal ID. Journal ID allows us to fetch their data using API key. So this is the result after we fetch their data from Journal ID. As you can see, the output has the desired data, including calculation of sums and taxes.
And speaking of taxes, when the invoice is received by the customer, it means the transaction has been completed, which now means the company must write a tax report and then submit it through a government website, and then the government approves the tax report. So the company then sends us the tax format for us to work on, and we agree. The plan is to fetch data from Journal ID, and our app will generate the tax report file, which is usually an Excel file. And around 500 comments later from our friend Celio at 3 in the morning, our app looks finished. It is now able to generate the tax report file, which now can be sent to the government. So after all is done, the last thing to do is install our app into the company's system. After we did that, I think they were quite happy. So the conclusion is that our team took several months to make the app. There were tough challenges, but in the end, I'm happy to announce that our app is now a vital part of the company system and is being used constantly every day. But we're not done yet. For our next project in the future, what we're going to do actually is to revive this local database. To do that, we will use a tool called Directus. Directus is an open source headless CMS. It will be an interface to manage our local database. It will edit and manage our local database. It has tons of built-in features. And it's also very flexible, so we can use it to build our own apps on top of it. Directus works with any SQL database, which means that we can just implement it on our database. It is also API-based, which means we can integrate it with our app and possibly synchronize data with Journal ID. I will be demonstrating a video of our app. We have featured a date picker always to select the dates. We can sort by titles and columns. We can sort by customer. I don't think you can see. There's a search feature. We can search by invoice ID. And then we can select multiple tax reports. And then when we click export, it will download us an Excel file. And for the printing invoice, we can select the invoice we want to print. This is how it looks with all the data in it. And when we click download, it downloads us the PDF file for the invoice. Same thing with other types of invoices. Like for this one is registration or sales orders. When we click the download, it will also download us the invoices, and then we can print it from there.
That's all our presentation. Thank you for your kind attention and see you in our next presentation.